Good morning and welcome to Take 5. I've been moving the camera all around to try to get myself out of the shadow, but otherwise I was just a big blob in the darkness. But anyway, I'm out in the sun and I'm going to put the shades down now. I just want to say hello to you without the shades on. Welcome to week 3 of our NA course online. And what we're going to we're going to do 4 assignments this week. First one is going to be, we're going to continue practicing 5 more skills, and they're going to be skills 11, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Skill 12 is electronic blood pressure, and so we can't really perform that at home. And please continue to simulate all those skills at home. That will only help you with your Pearson VUE exam. Then also we are going to be doing test 3 for those of you who have not done that yet in class. That test will close on 4/11, so make sure that you get it in there. I know that there were some people from the Brevard class that missed that test, so make sure that you get that in there because that is part of your grade. If you have already taken that test, then I would actually suggest that you go ahead and practice the modules, or not practice them, but read the modules and review them just so that you can be ready for the Pearson test when it becomes available to you. Also, we're going to do 3 new interactive videos this week, and one of them is going to be on breathing techniques, assisting your patient with turn, cough, deep breathe, and also pursed breathing. And those are important to do every time we turn patients. If you are turning a patient, they're most likely immobile, and so, or at least have mobility issues, and that sets them up for getting lung issues. Any resident that already has lung issues, such as COPD, congestive heart failure, or any pre-existing condition, also sets them up for bacterial infections. So if the patient, here's my picture of my lungs. My husband was asking why I was drawing a picture of a butterfly. So anyway, if your patient is laying on their side, then secretions tend to pool in that dependent position. And what does all the secretions that are not moving tend to set us up for? What infectious process? Pneumonia. Right. Very good. What we want to do is we want to immobilize these, and we can do that by having them, as we turn them, to take a big breath in, and that kind of loosens the secretions from the alveoli wall. And then we have them give a low diaphragmatic cough, and that actually will force that secretions back into the airway, so that they can actually be secreted from the body. This is really important for any patients who, like I said, are immobile after they've had pain medication. They're not moving much because of pain medication, or they're not moving much because of pain, because they're protecting themselves without taking a good deep breath. And we're going to be moving patients how often? Every 2 hours. That's right. You didn't know how interactive this video was, did you? So the second interactive video we're going to be doing is ambulating a patient with a gait belt. And the third one is going to be doing catheter care. And I just wanted to review the positioning of a washcloth when you are actually doing catheter care. Because I noticed that when we were checking off skills, a lot of people kind of felt a little awkward. You can do anywhere on it. The only thing that the state stipulates is that you must have a clean surface. But it's hard to prove that you're doing a clean surface if you're having a hard time remembering where the last time you touched that catheter was. So what I highly recommend is to fold this in half and then fourth. Okay? And then if you're holding on to the urinary, if you're going to clean a catheter and you're holding on to the urinary meatus, then you've got a surface right there that you know is clean. And I can turn it over to the other side. This is a thick washcloth. And then do the same thing on that side. Then you want to turn it around, and you've got 2 more clean surfaces to clean the catheter. So you've actually got, if you think about that, you've got 8 surfaces that you can use. This one, turn it over, this one, and then you can also do it again on the other side. Okay, so those are 8 surfaces that you can use that's clean if you're doing a full bed bath on a patient. So the final, after we finish the interactive videos, we're going to do a discussion board again this week. That is going to be due, the first initial discussion board, on Wednesday, April the 8th by 11:59 a.m. p.m. please. Also, I was going to say, if you can do it sooner, that's even better. Please be a good team player and get them in as early as possible, because that way your team members have somebody to respond to. And if they want to get their work done before spring break, it's nice to be able to have several to choose from at that point. So the first entry discussion board will be due on Wednesday. 2 responses are due by Saturday at 11:59. Now that is during spring break, so I suggest you get it in before then. But anyway, it is 2 responses, one to one classmate's initial entry, and then another response to another classmate's. So it's a total of 3 entries that you will put. The first discussion board, about 200 words, which is about 2 paragraphs, and each other response about 100 words, which is 1 paragraph. You have to do all 3 to get full credit. All right. So what you're going to be doing is choosing a news article about the impact COVID-19 has on healthcare workers. And you're going to discuss one of the 3. You can either talk about, highlight the challenges for healthcare workers. You can talk about the celebration and unprecedented appreciation that healthcare workers have been receiving. You can also talk about the response from the healthcare workers themselves. It could be an article written by a healthcare worker about how it's going for them. In the first paragraph, you're just going to briefly give a synopsis or a description of the actual article. And then in the second paragraph, you are going to tell your reaction, your response, how this affects you personally. Notice that Friday does start our first day of the holiday, so get those in there sooner than later. I will continue to grade the papers, but I will not be responding via email or anything else after Saturday. So if you have any technical issues, I'm putting a link below as far as having your, calling IT for help with that. For the Davidson River, if you're having trouble with connection, or any of the high schools, actually, they can always go to the high school themselves. There's a lab open, except probably not during spring break, but next week should be fine for that. I hope all of you have a wonderful rest and recovery from this kind of pandemic experience we've had during the spring break, and find things to do to enjoy your isolation. Anyway, I will look forward to talking to you all, and I'll be emailing each one of you about your option choice. Those of you who've chosen a lab, I'll be emailing your dates very soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.